girls, it's Mrs. Inverso, and it is a beautiful day here at my house. I am just about to go out on a bike ride in this beautiful weather, so I thought this would be a perfect time to talk to you a little bit about some basic bike safety rules. So the first thing I want to mention is for you guys, if you're interested in going on a bike ride, it's important that you get permission and supervision from someone older in your family. Your parents, an older brother or sister, somebody that can keep an eye on you to make sure that you are safe. Okay? Before we even go out on our bike ride, we want to check our bike to make sure it's in working order. So the first thing is we want to make sure we have the right size bike, or at least that the seat is adjusted properly. So if you can sit on your bike and your feet can touch the ground, that means that it's probably a very good fit. If you sit on your bike and your feet cannot touch the ground, you might need to have that seat adjusted and lowered just a little bit. That's important, so if you lose your balance a little bit, your feet are able to reach the ground and stop you from falling. Okay? We want to make sure that the brakes are working. Some bikes have the handlebar brakes, some bikes have the foot brakes, some even have a combination of both. So you want to make sure whatever type of braking your bike has, that it is in working order. And we also want to make sure that the tires are inflated properly. There's enough air in those tires. Okay, so have mom or dad, or like I said, an adult or older brother or sister, check those things for you to make sure that there are no problems with the bike. Okay. Now, there's something that we all need to wear when we go on a bike ride. And it's not just about making a good choice, it's actually a law. What do you think that is? If you said helmet, you're right. So I have my helmet right here. Okay, obviously my helmet is an adult size helmet. And I'm going to show you how to wear your helmet properly. Okay, when you put your helmet on your head, okay, you want to make sure that it's level to the ground. So it sits a little bit forward on your forehead. If you look up with your eyes, you should be able to see the front of that helmet. Often people wear it incorrectly and they sort of push it back on their head. I can't actually see the front with my eyes, and it's definitely not the safest way to wear that helmet. So make sure that it is leaning forward a little bit, okay, like I said, level to the ground. Okay. Now as far as the straps go, okay, these should make a letter V to the front and the back of your ears. Okay, and I've adjusted these so that they are comfortable for me. Now, I should also mention that your helmet should fit snugly. Okay, you don't want it loose and just able to move all around on your head. A lot of the helmets have those pads inside that you can use to adjust and make sure that it's properly fitting your head. Okay, so use those if you need to. When you hook the chin strap under your chin, okay, this should also be snug. Now, I say snug, I don't mean so tight that it's uncomfortable, okay? We don't want that. You should be able to move your head all around and not feel restricted. If you can fit 1 or 2 fingers under that chin strap, okay, that's a good fit. If you can fit more than 2 fingers, then it's probably too loose, okay? So you can test that yourself. I definitely can get 1 finger in and sort of the second finger. So this is a good fit for me. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take this off. So I know my helmet is ready to go. It fits me properly, okay? Something else to think about, wearing bright colors. You should be as visible as possible to other people who are riding bikes, to pedestrians. Those are people who are walking in the area that you might be riding. Okay, and most of all, it's important if you're not riding on a path or in the grass, if you have to ride in the street, you want to be visible to cars. Okay, so the bright colored clothing really helps with that. It's a good idea not to ride at night. Okay, try to restrict your bike rides to daytime only. Again, for that visibility, we want you to be able to be seen. Okay. Even though we're on bikes, we still have to follow the rules of the road. So if we see a stop sign, okay, we have to stop. Just like a car would have to stop, we have to stop. If we see a red light on a signal, we have to stop just like the vehicles have to stop. Now, if you do have to cross the street where there's a stop sign or a signal, it's a good idea to get off your bike and walk it across that intersection to be safe when you're crossing the street like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another thing to remember is we ride right. So that means we always ride on the same side as the cars are traveling. Okay, if you have to ride in the street or on the sidewalk, you go in the same direction as the cars are going. Ride right. Okay, and if we are riding with others, we want to go one in front of the other rather than side by side. Okay, it's safer to have one in front of the other. Now, one other thing I want you to think about is make sure that you have some water, especially on a warm day, and some sunscreen. Okay, no matter what you're doing outside, even if it's not a bike ride, if you're playing, enjoying the outdoors, these are very important, especially in these late summer and spring months. Plenty of hydration, water, and plenty of sunscreen. So thank you for listening. I hope that if you get the chance to go on a bike ride, you enjoy yourself and that you are safe considering the things that I just talked to you about. Now, what I'd like you to do before you head off to do something is on my webpage, on this screen, you just clicked on my picture. Okay, I want you to go back and click on each of the bike riders that you see. One of those bike riders is actually a link to a short little video, and I'd like you to watch that video to reinforce some of the safety rules that I just talked about. So, thank you for listening. If you get the opportunity, as I said, enjoy it. It's a super, super great form of exercise, okay? And if you don't have a bike and you don't have that opportunity, that's okay. Get outside and play, or click on one of the links that Mr. Garvey and I have been providing over the last several weeks to get yourself active today. All right, have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.